Well, a very good afternoon to you and welcome to the Farm Kenya Show. It is a beautiful Tuesday and today we are tackling one of the most critical subjects in the current, actually across the globe, because each and every single person is talking about the issue of sustainability. So when you talk about manufacturing, are we doing it in a sustainable fashion? When you talk about agriculture, are we doing it in a sustainable fashion? When you talk about even fashion, are you doing fashion in a sustainable fashion? Well, that is our topic today, and we are tackling specifically sustainable agriculture practices. This is very critical because we live in an era of climate change and we have to be intentional in regards to how we do our agriculture, and that's why I guess today Shila Lucy Karimi, who is the CEO of Women in Climate Smart Food Security and also Neskari Farm, she's here to help us put in perspective how can we be able to do agriculture in a sustainable fashion, which is very, very critical. Apart from that also, being a Tuesday, we make sure that we are cooking something, you're learning something that you can easily make in your house and enjoying over the weekend. And you have a lot of days. You have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to practice so that by Saturday, you've perfected it. We have Chef Ron Kamau, who's the sous chef at Nairobi Street Kitchen, and he joins us right now. Chef, what are we having today?
Today we'll be making shish taouk. It's one of the dishes we make at one of our concepts called Bird Exchange. So this is a dish inspired from the Middle Eastern type of, from the Middle Eastern cuisine. So yeah, we'll just put a few ingredients together and talk through how we come about making this dish as shish taouk.
Shish taouk? Man, it's getting crazier by the day. You know, we started making chef dishes and now Chef Ron, we're making shish taouk. Yeah, that's beautiful. You say it's of Arab inspiration.
Yeah.
So we'll be very, very keen to look at that and see how we can make shish taouk in our homes so that you surprise even your villagers. Go home for December, tell them, guys, sit down. I want to make shish taouk. They're like, what? What are you making, you know? It's always good to experiment, but thank you very much. Later on, we'll be having that session where you'll be learning how to make shish taouk. But for now, let's start with agri-news, shall we? All right, and we start off with matters sanitation, and specifically in Kutu's market, where traders at the Kutu's actually living in fear of poor sanitation caused by lack of water and toilet facilities. Now, with no proper amenities, traders are left with no choice but to relieve themselves in nearby bushes. And despite repeated appeals to the county government for assistance, their efforts have so far been in vain.
Kama huku hakuna maji safi ya kuoga, hakuna maji safi mpaka ya kunywa, hadi mgeni akikuja huku akuombe maji unaweza msaidia na maji gani? Hakuna mali hata huku kwa neighbors, mali yenye unaweza enda ndio uende usaidike.
Sababu tunaogopa ugonjwa. Ndio tunasema kuanzia Alhamisi ijayo hatutakuwa tukilipa chochote. Sababu hao watu tumewapatia warning, wamekataa. Na hakuna services wanatupatia.
Watu wa hapa hawana choo. Na hiyo ndio shida kubwa sana. Wamama wanaenda kujisaidia kwa majani huko. Na sasa kuna vitu tunaita chura, hata majagadhi. Hiyo vitu yote na watoto pia inakuwa ni aibu sana kwa hiyo watoto, kwa wamama kwenda kujisaidia huko. Ningeomba serikali hapa ama county government hapa isaidie hawa watu waweze kupata choo na mahali pazuri pa kuuzia ng'ombe na kondoo.
From Kutus, let's head to Nyandarua County, where a section of farmers from the Lower Ndaragwa in Nyandarua County have challenged their local leaders to help them come up with systems and ways of harvesting water, especially at such a time where we are having plenty of rains. Now, according to Josephat Gatu, Lower Ndaragwa region experiences drought and famine following its topography and its borders, and it borders Laikipia East and Kieni in Nyeri, which are equally dry. They want the local leaders to supply them with piped water from the rivers flowing downwards to help them in doing irrigation.
Lakini badala ya kufanya hivyo, wanakuja kufanya campaign na sisi wakati tuko na njaa. Tungewaomba safari hii msituletee hiyo chakula ya tumikebe, msituletee hiyo mshere ya mkebe moja. Chukieni maji tuweze kulima naye, ama mjue mahali mtatutolea maji. Hatutaki kuwa beggars in our country.
And from Nyandarua, let's head all the way to Taita Taveta. And over 40,000 farmers engaging in livestock, maize, vegetable and poultry farming in Taita Taveta County have benefited from the National Agricultural Value Chain Development Project by each receiving 1 million shillings each. The farmers from 20 community-driven development committees will also receive training to boost food security and their livelihoods, as Hezron Kimari reports.
40,000 farmers from 20 groups from 20 wards here in Taita Taveta County will stand to benefit from training and funding from World Bank through Taita Taveta County in a made to boost food security and also to improve their livelihood. And now we'll be getting opportunity to hear sentiments from leaders and also farmers.
Taita Taveta tulisajili wakulima zaidi ya 51,000 na huu mpango wa CDDC tumefikia wakulima 41,000. Kwa hivyo kuonyesha kwamba tumefikia 80% ya wakulima katika kaunti yetu ya Taita Taveta. Kwa hivyo tunaendelea vizuri. Na tukasema hata ile 20%, kumbuka kaunti ya Taita Taveta na vitu vingi tofauti na kilimo. Kuna watu wanafanya madini, kuna watu wana mashamba makubwa, hawakuhusika katika hii process ya kutengeneza hizi CDDCs katika ward, ndio maana labda hawakuweza kupatikana. Lakini jambo la kufurahisha ni kwamba hizi CDDC zote leo zinaenda nyumbani. Gavana amewakabidhi hundi kila ward ya shilingi milioni 1.
Sasa ni wao kama vile nimeelezea, Wambogoni watembee kule Beruga, kama Wamwanda watembee huku Semza Kasigau, wote yani watembeleane na wajue ni kitu gani ndio atakuwa na kitu gani inaendelea. Alafu wenyewe wakishikana utakuta mambo mengi sana yanabadilika, na ndio tunaomba tuwe namna hiyo. Maana utakuongezea chakula kwako wewe mwenyewe na familia kwako, vile vile commercialization, maana ya kuuza, utakuwa na pesa mfukani, watoto wako watasoma bila kusumbua mtu. Na hayo ndio sisi tunakimbilia. So wananchi, huu mradi naombeni mushike kwa nguvu na mupokee na mjaribu vile mtakavyoweza. Hizo sako zenu muongeze pesa, so that mkiongeza mtapata mara mbili. Mkiweka milioni 10 mtaongezewa milioni zingine 10 zaidi. Mkiweka 5 muongezewa 5, so that muwe na pesa ya kutosha.
Kupitia kwa hizo sako zetu ambao wataweka hiyo pesa na watu wataenda wachukue mikopo, wafanye maendeleo yao ya ukulima, waweze ku-commercialize ukulima, tofauti na pale wataita walikuwa na ile taswira ya kuwa ukulima ni wa kujiwezesha chakula. Lakini at this time tumeona kwamba na CDP wanajaribu kutufafanulia, kutuambia ya kwamba ukulima sio wa kuweka chakula mezani pekee, bali ukulima unaweza kutumika kama kupata vipato kama kazi zingine zile.
Hizo langu kwa wananchi ni kwamba kilimo mkweli kilikuwa kimeenda chini kwa sababu ya hali ya anga. Lakini tunasema ya kwamba katika mradi huu wa NAFCDP pia uko na kitengo ile ambayo tunaita Farmer Led Irrigation Development, ambayo sasa inaenda sasa wakulima wenyewe wakitambua mahali pao ambao wanaweza, manake shida ya wakulima zaidi ni ukosefu wa vile tunasema ukosefu wa maji ili waweze kukuza. Lakini sasa mradi huu pia utafadhili zile tunazita farm ponds, tunaita water pans, hata dams, ili wakulima, na tunasema it is complete pamoja na issue of irrigation kits.
Mimi kitu nataka kuambia kaza vijana, tunakula kwanza. Hiyo ni kitu ya kwanza, we eat. So lazima tuzalishe kwanza chakula. Alafu kitu ya pili, kutoka kwa experience yangu mimi nimefanya kilimo kidogo kwa muda. Kilimo ukifanya ukiwa na capital, shida ni capital. Ukiwa na capital na upate advice mzuri kutoka kwa my extension officers, uinvest vizuri. Ni biashara tu smart ambayo inaweza kukupea job kama hao watu wengine.
Well, the farmers within the 20 groups also have been challenged to invest heavily in the circle so that they can earn more from the project. Reporting for KTN News from Voi, I'm Hezron Kimari.
All right, so quite an interesting story right there, where we are empowering farmers. And it marries very well with our discussion today, because we're talking about sustainable agriculture and the practices that we need to make sort of standard across agricultural practices, not only for proper productivity, but at the same time to make sure that we are balancing in regards to when we gain from the surrounding, making sure that we are living our environs even better. And to help us put all this into perspective, I'm joined by Shila Karimi, who is the CEO of Women in Climate Smart Food Security, and also Neskari Farm. Shila, welcome to the Farm Kenya Show.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
Good
I'm so
to
much
see you.
on board there.
Yeah. So, I mean, for starters, I'd like us to sort of make a foundational case to understand, because these days everything, like sustainability, is slapped on everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I could be sneezing and I say, you know, that is a sustainable sneeze sometimes. Yeah.
Sure.
Because it's the top agenda in the world right now. It's the hot topic. What are you doing sustainably? So when you talk about sustainability and agriculture, sustainable agriculture, in simple terms, what is that?
Yeah. Okay, in simple terms, I'll just say that you should not complicate the word sustainability. The word sustainability is just what can we do for something that can be able to sustain us as farmers. And what I can say about sustainability, we have many implementations that can enable us to have a sustainable agriculture. And we have all of them. And it should just even start from your doorstep, from water, high PM, anything that can be able to help you so that we can be able to get a sustainable agriculture.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's very inclusive.
Yes.
And it's not per se limited to farmers. You know, we were chatting before the show, and you're telling me, Noah, you can also practice sustainable and participate in sustainability.
Sure.
What did you mean by that?
Okay, I can say that sustainable agriculture is not limiting anyone, because even the consumers, we are the farmers, but we are the people who are consuming our product. They can also help us on how to get sustainable agriculture, but in a way that the way even you are composing your product, even the waste product that you have, it can also help us to have a sustainable agriculture. Where do you compose your waste product? So, unlike you are a young man here. Most probably you normally get your product from the market. But have you ever have a mind that say that, what if I do a little kitchen garden here in my doorstep, in my door house, and start consuming the product that I have made by myself? So the sustainable agriculture should start from you, from even the child, from your young child, from anyone who is around you should practice sustainable agriculture.
Okay, definitely. And I mean, I tend to think, because producing food for the longest time has been, I mean, for now with the population growth, it seems now we've gone almost large scale in many ways. Though in Kenya, majority of the food that we produce is produced by small scale farmers.
Sure.
So the mahindi that I buy, you know, the beans that I use, majority of that, what I eat on a daily, is produced by small scale farmers. For a farmer who has maybe their 1, 2, 3 acre, within that farm, they've been doing farming for the longest time. Then they know, I till, I add my ingredients there, and I make sure my product is out.
Yeah.
If you've been doing traditional farming,
Okay.
how do you now add another layer that now we are calling sustainable farming in that setup? What can you change at the farm level to make your production not only traditional and producing food, but also you do it in a sustainable manner?
Yeah. Okay, I can say that the big problem that many farmers are doing, they are just doing farming, they are taking farming as a simple thing. But somehow it's complicated because first then you need to have a knowledge and even the skills on how to do farming. Some of the farmers, they don't know even how to control pests and diseases, and that's why sometimes you may see that farmers, they have just started their farming, but unfortunately they are being frustrated. This is because they don't have the skills, they don't want even to be trained, they just take farming, it's soil. Yes, I have soil, I have what else do I need? So they just forget that they also need skills. They need to know how to control those pests and diseases. That is the big threat for farmers. And it can strike you within a twinkle of an eye. Within 1 minute, it can finish you. Now farmers should just know how they should have knowledge, and that's why we need even the government to support the people who have knowledge on how to train farmers on how to do farming. We should not, yani hatufai ignore that sector.
Yeah.
The people who have skills, we should also utilize the people, the people, the consultant. We have many people who have knowledge on consulting. But you cannot just wake up and say that I have a small lad. We know very well. Me, I just see that when I see soil, I see gold. When I see soil, I see money. But not like the way I think. Maybe you can ask me, Shila, how can you see soil and see money and see soil, see gold? But you need to have that knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. And because I remember back in the day, extension offices were all over.
Yeah.
In the village, you could get help. And I know you've raised the issue of the government, and I don't want it to sound like serikali's idea, but in terms of just empowering our farmers, you say that training becomes very critical. So it's the responsibility on one side of the government to provide this expertise, and even there is a gap for private sector players to be able to do so, but also the farmers need to look for this knowledge. To say, I'm hearing this thing called sustainable agriculture. We have been doing agriculture. How can I do it now sustainably? Where do you think are some of the areas that farmers can get help in regards to training? Is it now we go to YouTube University, because I know that is one of the easiest ways to get information?
Yeah. Okay. First of all, on my side, I can just, I'm so much grateful because my professional work was not agricultural, but it's my passion, it's in my blood. I started doing agriculture when I was very young, and I started by rearing some rabbits. I could have done some kitchen garden in my doorstep. But I'm so much grateful for KCMB Foundation and the Mastercard Foundation because they are the people who started training young people. I remember it was year 2019. And we just got an advertisement that they are an organization training young people on how to do agriculture. Because it's my passion and I have been loving agriculture, I just grabbed that opportunities. So we were trained. We were trained more than 500 young people. I can even say that 10,000, 2,000, 5,000 young people. We were trained about agriculture.
Okay.
But where do we implement the skill that we were given by KCMB Foundation and Mastercard Foundation?
Okay.
We don't have people to support us so that we can be able to reach the young person who is there outside, who doesn't know about agriculture. He or she is just there thinking that it's only Serikali's idea that can help us. Ati umemaliza university, umemaliza college, unangoja tu uanjiriwe. Me, I did business and administration and management, but I couldn't be able to get a job. I really struggled for more than 5 years looking for jobs. But I grabbed this opportunity for farming, and it really helped me a lot. Okay. It has made me to become who I am. It has made me to become the CEO of Women in Climate Smart, whereby I'm planning even to train young women. We want even Serikali to support us so that we can be able to reach women in rural areas.
Definitely.
Yes.
And I think you raised the issue of women, which is very pertinent.
Yes.
When you talk about food security in the country. So we want to take a short break right now. When we come back, we delve on, amongst other issues, this issue of women, because women are very central when it comes to our food systems in the country. And on the flip side, when you don't do sustainable agriculture, they face the brunt of matters to do with climate change and whatnot, and they face it more than the rest of the population. So how can you make sure that we're leveling the playing field and also empowering women at the center of all this? Remember, our discussion is on matters sustainable agriculture. We have Shila Karimi, who's the CEO of Women in Climate Smart Food Security, and also an Askari farm. And she's here giving us nuggets. But for now, Farm Kenya takes a short break. We'll return with more. Stay tuned.
StarTime's home solar solution with solar panels, hybrid inverter, and lithium battery, empowering you to do the things that really matter. A complete and reliable home solar solution. Call us today. StarTime Solar. Power your life.
When I have back pain, I reach for 2 tablets of Panadol Extra for fast relief of strong pain, like headache, toothache, muscle pain, and I'm released from pain to be there for those who need me. Try Panadol Extra for fast and effective relief from strong pain. New Panadol Extra Soluble dissolves twice as fast versus standard paracetamol tablets.
Your future isn't just a dream, it's a destination within reach. Join us at the Youth Empowerment Forum on August 28th, 2024 at Standard Group from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. as we equip you with the tools, knowledge, and connections to build your extraordinary future. We're not just talking about building your future. We're empowering you to make it happen. Discover how to turn your passions into profits, harness the power of social media, and step into leadership. We'll explore essential topics like mental health, resource optimization, and the importance of financial security. Whether you're a visionary, a connector, or seeking inspiration, this forum is your launchpad to extraordinary achievements. Your future starts here. Mrs. Game Show. Brought to you by Mrs. Beds. Every Tuesday at 10 p.m., tune in to KTN Home and be part of the exciting live draws by Mrs. Beds. Are you ready to play and win exciting prizes? Send KTN to 24870 or pay bill 382777 account KTN and stand a chance to be our lucky winner. You never know. You might be the winner of household appliances, shopping vouchers, 100,000 Kenya shillings, or the grand prize of 1 million Kenyan shillings. Usiwachwe nyuma. Start playing now. Gambling can be addictive. Play responsibly.
Kote nchini
Kenya. Twende mbele. NCBA. Go for it.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? Avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Can we understand an unspoken language? Itaweza sema habari ya asubuhi. Can it be a way to savor each moment? Sisi tunajua it can start lifelong stories. Be the center of celebrations and so much more. The more the milk, the better the chai. Chai kweli ina Brookside Dairy Best.
Fulfilling all of our long-term plans. He seems so unhappy somehow.
Can't keep up with the random mood swings.
Aren't you being a little unfair to Rita? This was your plan in the first place.
I can handle this on my own, so please leave me alone.
You'll do what? Alone? I can't just let you do that. I know I wanted this, but I didn't think it'd be this hard.
Want to back out? Not that hard. Have an abortion.
I want that Salcedo to stop with his meddling. I want him to lose his credibility and get kicked out of Talisay.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Can you imagine that? Avoiding having cold ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. And people come in and they're like, oh, it works. I can have ice cream and I'm not in any discomfort. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
We asked the children, how many of you brushed this morning? And this little boy, his hand didn't go up. And I said, well, why didn't you brush this morning? He said, my brother was using the toothbrush. If I'd waited for him, I would have been late for school. I'm sorry, I get a bit emotional when it comes to that. To be able to change a child's life, to be able to bring back that confidence about their smile, for me, is phenomenal.
Welcome back to the Farm Kenya show. We are talking about sustainable agriculture. How can you make sure that you are producing food in a sustainable fashion? And when it comes to food production in the country, at the core of it, we have women, and women are very critical. Of course, to put all this into context and help us understand sustainable agriculture, we have in studio Shila Karimi, who's the CEO of Women in Climate Smart Food Security, and also Neskari Farm. And Shila, you mentioned the issue of women, yeah, which is very, very critical, because when we do sustainable farming, first of all, it's very good for the environment amidst this talk of climate action. I mean, women are mostly actually the most affected demographic when it comes to climate change in Kenya, in Africa, and even in the world, which is quite unfortunate. So talk to me. How can we empower our women who are the core of our food production in the country, to be able to do it effectively, but not only effectively, but also sustainably?
Yeah, well, I'm so much grateful for that question, but not say that I like the question because I'm a woman, but I am very much well aware that supporting or empowering women in sustainable agriculture is very, very, very well. This is because we women, we are the ones who knows where we are most affected. Like me, I'm a woman. When you talk about food production, food products, I can know where I'm the one who knows where I can get that food. So everything is in the center of the women. So by supporting and empowering women in sustainable agriculture, it's very important because women, let's say for example, many women love agriculture. And me, as a woman, I really love agriculture so much. So there is a woman there outside there. She wants to farm, but she don't have a land. She loves farming. She don't have a land. So it will be very very crucial, very important to support this woman to get a land somewhere. Another thing, this woman wants to do farming, but she don't have a skill or knowledge on how to do this farming. So it's very important to call upon women in the community to empower them by training them on how to do agriculture, supporting them, giving them loan on how to do agriculture. Because we women, we know the most affected areas. We know the most affected areas. Like, it is very difficult for a woman to do farming without water. So women are the people who normally carry a 20 liter of water, carrying back on the back to go to search for water, to make sure that the kitchen garden has gotten enough water for irrigation. So by supporting these women, by training them on how to do irrigation, farm irrigation, it will be very supportive, or it will be very important because they will be on the front line to make sure that we have a sustainable agriculture in our community, in our society, and also globally. Okay. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm glad you mentioned the issue of water, because definitely we are not in very normal environments. Yeah. In fact, one of the news items that just ran, it was about, I think it was from Nyandarua, where they're having too much water right now since it's rainy season, but they're not harvesting. So they're calling on the powers that be. How can we make sure that we're harvesting this water? Because we know that we normally have droughts and we'll need this water and we're doing nothing. So coming up with infrastructure that really support a sustainable agriculture, making sure that you're doing piped water. In your organization, what are you guys dealing specifically in women in climate smart food security? Because you can't also solve everything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so what are you guys targeted on, and what have you observed even as you tackle some of these challenges that face women?
Yeah, Women in Climate Smart and Food Security, it's an organization that we are planning to do. We are doing sustainable agriculture and making sure that we have a sustainable food security in our communities. We are doing practices in a way that we want to make sure that all women in the communities have gotten knowledge and skills on how to do farming. We are doing modern farming. We are doing also traditional farming. One of the modern farming that we want to do and even to teach the women in the community is hydroponic farming. Hydroponic farming is soilless farming. We don't use soil. We use only media such as cocoa peat and pumice to do farming. And it's one way that it will be able to to support the people who don't have big land, because we don't need a big space to do farming. So in Women in Climate Smart, we want to embrace that method of doing hydroponic farming to the people who are in urban areas because they don't have space to do farming. Okay. So we normally teach them on how to do small kitchen garden, and that area it will enable them or help them not to consume food from outside. They will just consume the food that they have done by themselves. Okay. In traditional farming, we know people, especially in people like in Kajiado County. People in Kajiado County, most probably, they believe in livestock farming. Women in Kajiado County, they don't have skills on how to do farming. So we normally call upon the women in Kajiado County. We train them on how to do farming. We taught them on how to do farming and the importance of farming for future for food security in future. Okay. Because some of them, they normally even go to Marigiti to consume to buy the food product. So, and they only know that it's only livestock farming which can give us money. That is just, it's the cultural way. They just have that belief. Mm-hmm. But we come up with an idea of helping them that they can also do farming. They have land. They have a very high land. They are very fertile. They are very big. But now they don't know how to do farming. We need to teach these women on how to do farming. Okay. Maybe their men, they don't believe on farming, but we want to make sure that women have been able to wameweza embrace their husband, and even kuingisha bogs, because they can tell them that we have this idea of farming. Instead of doing livestock farming, we only grow grass here. But with farming, we can be able to make sure that we have sustainable agriculture, we have sustainable food security in our communities. We will not be able to go look for food in Marigiti or far away from our place. We will also be able to make sure that our community have enough food. They will be able to come and buy from us. We will be able to sustain the people in our community. So, to empower women through agriculture is very important. That's why I will repeat again and again. Kindly, government, make sure, partner with group like ours, Women in Climate Smart. We have ideas, but we don't have enough support. With our support, we will be able to reach to those women. Definitely. Yeah.
And even when you're interacting with these women, you're talking about interventions in Kajiado County, which is traditionally livestock farming. Yeah. A lot of people want to not only, especially urban farming, where you're training women and empowering them to grow their own food. What is the end goal? Is there an element of an option of, okay, you can do this to support your family and, just to grow your own food and that's it? Or are you also factoring in the aspect of commercialization? Because the agricultural value chain offers so much opportunity with the current situation that you're having in the country of high youth unemployment. In the urban areas, I've finished my school, I don't have a job yet. Is part of the training that you're doing, is it something that I can pick up, come learn, and now scale it up? Is it something that is possible? Have you seen that being achieved by the women that you've been able to train?
Yeah, absolutely. We have been able to benefit many women. The practices that we are doing in empowering women, it will not only help you, it will also help the people within you, the people within your community. And that's why we also call upon not only women, even if we call it Women in Climate Smart and Food Security. It's an organization which was started by women. That's why we call it. But we have many platforms, we have many opportunities on how we can be able to train even young people on how to do farming. And by training and by having that knowledge and skills, you'll be able to go and empower other people in our communities and even in our schools. We also go to schools, train people on how to embrace farming when they are young learners. Because maybe this kid, maybe if I was taught to have farming when I was young, maybe I could have been someone bigger than the way I am. I am now a CEO of Neskari Farm. I was just taught on how to do farming by KCB Foundation and the Mastercard Foundation. Were it not them, maybe I couldn't even be here I am. And that's why, because they taught me, no, I need to have that knowledge and even skills to able to, so that I'll be able to train other people outside. Okay. So not only farming, maybe with our 15 by 100 land, we can train you on what you can just do there. We can even help you on, you can do many products. Like right now we are short of some of the product. The market is short of capsicum, we are in short of red capsicum. What if you come up with an idea of doing some a small farming and farm and do colored capsicum? It could give you a lot of money, just rather than just sitting down there and say that I don't have business or I don't have job. So with the train that we shall give you, may it be traditional farming, may it be hydroponic farming, you'll be able to have knowledge, because people need food. Food in our country is not enough, and that's why we need to hold hand. We need government to support us so that we can be able to give out the sustainable food security in our country. We don't need even to import food. We need even to have more than enough food so that we can even be able to export them.
Definitely.
So yeah, we don't have enough food in our country. So we can't. Community organization there outside, you need to support women, you need to support people with knowledge on how to do farming and even to train other people.
Definitely. Yeah. And as we conclude now, the vision, because we are a country of 50 million plus. Yeah. We are a very young country with a lot of young people. And this is a fact that, I mean, it doesn't get old most of the times, but the average age of a farmer in Kenya, it's pretty high. When it was last, calculated, it was around 60. So a lot of people were a little bit elderly, and the people who are very much invested in farming, something that is changing. But as we finish, in terms of the goal that you would like to see as somebody who's come strongly, not only to empower women in creating sustainable agriculture, what's your target? What are you hoping to achieve with these trainings? Is there a particular number in mind, a time frame that you're hoping to hit as an organization to make sure that you are having and creating impact in their community?
Yeah, we have the main goal, and our main goal is to make sure that the whole country of Kenya has enough food. That's our main goal. And our main peer goal is to make sure I'll be able to reach 50,000 women in our country. To make sure that 50,000 women in our country at least have that knowledge on how to do farming, and to make sure, and even to support us to make sure that we have sustainable food security in our community. And as I have said again, we don't have enough food. Every day we consume food. Everything that we normally take from the market comes from the farm. So the food and the farm product will never be enough in our country, not only in our country, in our global. Until we die, we'll keep on consuming. We live, we eat to live. So we must eat so that we can live. So the food is a long-term goal. Even if I die today, we need to empower even the generation to come on how to make sure that we have a sustainable food security in our community, globally. So food must be there. And that's why I want to tell you this afternoon that when you see soil, may you see money. When you see soil, may you see gold. Because soil it is something that is producing great thing in our life. Because without soil, you cannot be able to get that food. Without soil, you cannot be able even to get money, because everything is all about food and soil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely. 50,000 women, that is the target, very, very critical. And also change our mindset. When you look at soil, we're able to see that the potential to feed somebody. Thank you very much, Shila. Shila Karimi is the CEO of Women in Climate Smart Food Security and also Neskari Farm. And today we are talking about sustainable agriculture, women empowerment in regards to food production in the country, and being somebody who's doing something on the ground. It's very critical that we've gotten some of the dynamics from her experience running an organization that empowers women in that regard. Now the Farm Kenya Show takes a short break. But when we come back, we are going to see how to make this wonderful wrap, which has a very unique name. So stay tuned, because there's plenty to learn. For now, Farm Kenya takes a short break. We return with more.
Unalima ardhi,